Do you put this in your face? Oh, you know what? This is just too hard. I give up. Virtual reality was supposed to change the world. By now, we were supposed to be living in the metaverse, attending concerts with holograms and working from tropical beaches in VR. But instead, most people try VR once, feel dizzy, confused, or just plain bored, and never to use it again. So why does VR fail for most people? And more importantly, how do we fix it? Let's dive in. Hey everyone, this is Technology Trainer once again, and if you want to learn everything in technology, whether it's VR or anything else, feel free to click the subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Let's start with the big issue. VR is just too expensive. The Meta Quest 3, it's around $500. The Apple Vision Pro, a mind-blowing $3,499. You could buy a used car for that. And if you want a high-end PC VR with fancy tracking, you're looking at over $1,500. At that price, VR isn't a casual purchase, it is really an investment, one that a lot of people just don't see the value in. For the same price as a VR headset, you could get a PlayStation 5 and a bunch of games. And let's be real, most people would rather chill on the couch with a controller than strap on a computer to their face. So how do we fix this? Well, the good news, you don't need the latest and greatest VR headset. The Meta Quest 2 is still a great option, and a lot of people are buying used VR headsets at half the price. Plus, companies are experimenting with subscription-based VR where you pay a monthly fee instead of buying outright. Cheaper hardware plus better pricing models, that is the first step towards making VR work for most people. Second problem, VR is uncomfortable. Okay, let's talk real. If you've ever worn a headset for more than 20 minutes, you know the struggle. The headsets are bulky, the straps dig into your skull, and after a while, it just hurts. And let's not forget motion sickness. Nothing ruins an experience faster than feeling like you just got off a roller coaster from hell. But here's the fix. Most VR users don't realize you can tweak your settings to reduce discomfort. Adjusting the interpupillary distance can make the visuals sharper, increasing the refresh rate that helps with nausea, and switching to teleport movements instead of smooth walking can eliminate motion sickness completely. Also, if your headset is uncomfortable, upgrade your strap. There are better head straps that form replacements that make a huge difference. Little tweaks like this turn VR from a headache machine into something that you can actually use for hours. The third problem, no must-have games and apps. Now, let's talk about the reason why most people buy VR, the games. And well, there's another problem. Ask anyone what the best VR games are, and they'll probably say Beat Saber and Half-Life or any of those things, which came out years ago. Where are the big AAA titles? Where's Call of Duty? Where's FIFA? People want those blockbuster experiences, but most companies aren't taking the risk. The good news, that's slowly changing. Developers are bringing bigger and better games to VR, and even some free experiences like the Rec Room, VR Chat, and they're growing. We just need more of it. Fourth problem, VR is too isolating. Another issue, VR can feel lonely. Unlike gaming on a console where you can play with friends in the same room, VR makes you disappear into your own little world. For a lot of people, that's a deal breaker. The fix? More social VR. Apps like VR Chat, Horizon Worlds, and even Meta's mixed reality features are making VR more interactive. And with the new AI-powered NPCs, we're actually getting closer to real social experiences inside VR. Fifth problem, VR doesn't fit into daily life. Finally, VR just isn't convenient. You can use it while lying in bed, you need space to move, and putting on a headset is just another extra step that's too much for many people who want a quick entertainment. That is why companies are focusing on mixed reality, blending VR with the real-world environments so that you don't have to feel isolated. And as the headsets get lighter, cheaper, and more powerful, VR will feel less of a chore and more like a natural part of our lives. So what's the future? Can VR still succeed? So, is VR doomed? Not at all. but it needs to get cheaper, more comfortable, and more importantly, more useful. The next few years will decide whether VR becomes the next smartphone or the next Google Glass. So, what do you think? Will VR ever go mainstream? Or is it just a niche toy? Let me know in the comments. And again, if you love VR and the future of gaming, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome VR content coming soon. Thank you, and I'll see you in the metaverse.